The Pistons rolled into San Antonio tonight, having outscored their last 5 opponents by an average of 18 points per game. Unfortunately, that was nearly the Pistons' deficit after the first quarter tonight. The Spurs scored a season-high 37 first-quarter points, and it looked like they were about to put the Pistons to bed early. But this is the revitalized Pistons we're talking about. They stay up late with the big kids nowadays. Stan Van Gundy knew this would be a test for his team, and it was. It was also a night ripe for testy language, and we apologize for some of what you may have heard during the broadcast. But with the test now complete, it's time to hand out some grades as we take you back to San Antonio.
Well, Coach, how do you put a win like that into words?
Hey, look, that's one you know that you as a coach had absolutely zero to do with. You know, I mean, look, we're just hoping on the last play to be with them, and as they catch the ball, foul. It's either going to make 1 or 2. We got a 20 left, and we're going to go run our play and try to win it or get into overtime, whatever. That's what you're expecting to happen. We did say, you know, at the previous timeout, if we get rebound or steal, we want to run the ball if we have a break. We did the same thing. I got questioned on it in the Oklahoma City game where we threw back to Josh and he missed a 3. I feel like you have a better chance in transition, especially against a great team like that, than you do of trying to get a shot. Okay, so, and then Brandon made a great play. DJ was having a great game. I put Brandon back in and he made me look, I'm not going to say smart because that would be impossible, but less dumb.
He had missed a couple layups before that. Did you kind of see the resolve as he was going on the drive when he
You know what? The one thing is when you're at that point in the game, you're not thinking about the last couple, because the time's running out. So there's nothing in your mind. And he just said in there, you can ask him, you know, I just knew I was going to attack and get it up. And if I missed it, I'm hoping Dre will clean it up because Dre was out on the break. So, no, it was a great play. It was a great play.
How important was the last few minutes of the second quarter just to get manageable?
Huge, huge. And then the start of the third. You know, we really played, I'll be quite honest, I told them this, the first 18 minutes or so, we played intimidated. You know, their speed was too much for us, the pace of the game, and we weren't doing what we were supposed to do. They had 38 points in the paint in the first half. You know, everybody gets so concerned with their threes, which are important, and they hit us with some in the second half. But our whole idea is to keep the ball out of the paint. We didn't do it at all in the first half. Second half, 10 points in the paint.
The poise that you guys showed, especially a young team in, like you said, an intimidating environment, Drummond and Greg seemed like they closed off the lane and dominated the paint pretty much after that point.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, we're getting better. I mean, and I think tonight proved it. I mean, it was, you know, we showed really good resolve to stay with the game, and if you stay in there, sometimes you get a break. I mean, let's face it, we got a very good break at the end. We got lucky at the end. Well, great, but you have to be down 1 on the road to have that break happen. You know, if you're down 17 and Corey Joseph fumbles the ball, what do? You lose by 15. So it doesn't matter. So our resolve to stay the course in the game, right down to the last few seconds, I thought was huge.
You talk a lot about your 2 21-year-olds. Talk about the kind of the defense they played in that third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, other than getting up on a couple of shot fakes and getting a couple of tough foul calls, I thought Pope did a really, really good job of battling. And Andre's defense got better. He wasn't good in the first half either, but it got a lot better. And, you know, Greg carried us a big load for us, both at the start of the game and in the third quarter. You know, his scoring and rebounding was huge. I mean, we got contributions from a lot of people, and I think the one thing that was good to see is I thought in the second half we won it with our defense, and this wasn't a night where we made a lot of shots. We were 3 for 19 from 3. I mean, we've been shooting the 3 has been huge. And tonight, they did a great job of contesting threes. We didn't make the few open ones that we got, but we were still able to get a win.